Shut up and sit down.
Yes, everybody, what is going on? The meat pie is back, baby. Our kids here. What's happening, brother?
Not a lot.
You watched much of the matches this week?
Bits. Yeah, I was at a wedding on Friday, so I had
You missed us?
Yeah, I was in Scarborough, drove there and back in a day. Fucking didn't
It's
watch.
nice to leave, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I thought I've got to get out of here, mate. I had no signal, luckily, so I didn't check no media.
I didn't speak to you much last week, but how was your mood going into the United game? Because at Old Trafford, it was really like people didn't know what to expect.
I don't think I really had time to gauge it. Really, it was a bit. Thursday was disappointing. Like you expected something to happen,
Yeah.
and then later it got you thought, nah, nothing's happening here.
It's not happening now.
It's going to roll with what we've got.
So this week we've seen City win, we've seen Liverpool win, we've seen United win, we've seen Chelsea win, we've seen everyone in the top six win apart from Arsenal, who obviously played City. Did you watch any of that?
Yeah, I did. I watched last half an hour.
So they look knackered, don't they?
Arsenal. Well, that's what I was thinking on the way here. Like, obviously West Ham, they got thrashed. I watched a good hour of that, and then obviously Arsenal got beat. But they both got new managers. They both got new styles and directions of play. So you can't really, although you'd expect City and Liverpool to win, I don't think you can read too much into it before it all gets going. You've got to give them a couple of months, haven't you, to get settled in.
You do, but they've got
fucking Pep had a year.
This is true. But I think you need Arsenal to get into that top four. City was always going to finish in the top four.
Arsenal aren't going to get in the top four, though.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
If they keep in that Europa League cycle, that's a grind, man. That is
even if they're not in the Europa League, like, who are they going to displace from the top four?
Well, they're going to be reliant on someone having an absolute meltdown, aren't they, to get themselves
Jose.
in. Let's be honest, it could happen. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's not going to happen. Yeah. It could happen.
I'm expecting it.
You expecting it?
Yeah, before Christmas.
Wow. I don't know. I'm really 50-50 on it. I'm really 50-50. Half of me thinks, you know what? I think he's lowered expectations on purpose to give himself a bit of an easier ride in there, because no one was starting this season thinking United are going to do anything.
No.
But we was the second best team in the country last season. That's a fact.
Well, yeah, you can call it fact, but it's not. If you read deeper into it, I think we've said before,
there's absolutely issues
in terms of goals per game expected, plus like goals conceded per game expected. The differentials are a lot closer than what it is. So I think it needs to be addressed.
It does. Luke Shaw coming in over Ashley Young, I think it would be a massive positive if he's able to retain the form we've seen.
If he gets to keep the spot,
yeah,
he's got to play him next week. You know, obviously he bigged him up after the game, which is great, but he bigged a lot of people up, and you can just see him bringing Matic in, Young in, straight away.
I think Matic comes in for Andres Pereira, so I think Pereira's probably got a month before Matic is going to be match fit to really try and make a run at this team.
Yeah.
He could also make himself useful on that right-hand side, because I think it was really narrow on Friday night. Obviously, you've probably not seen too much of it, but
no.
I thought the midfield at times looked fantastic. The defence was getting there, but again, you're talking about an entirely new back four that's never played together. We've never seen Bay and Lindelof, let alone Bay, Lindelof, Shaw, Darmian. We've never seen anything.
I don't understand why he's still playing Darmian. It doesn't look like
it's just injuries. It's just injuries, because he was gone, man.
Yeah, but he let Timbo go out on loan.
That's the one that don't make a lot of sense, because you think Timbo, a lot of people that are really hot on Dalot or Delou or whatever the hell he's going to be called, you've got to remember he's less experienced than Timbo is. Yeah,
I mean, where does he see him as his long-term future position-wise? It does make sense to me. Well, for one or two ways. One, because he only played about 20 games last year for Palace, so he needs more of a season, I think, as a regular. So the demands of that. Obviously, there's rumours of he was going to go to Hertha Berlin, which I thought, that, you know what, they're
honestly going to be decent.
And they're in the Europa League, so I thought, well, he's probably, get him to get European experience as well. But then he's gone to Fulham, which they've made loads of signings on there. They'll take a while to gel. It's whether he can get himself in the first team and stay there.
It will be very interesting to see how those go down. Colin McMahon in the comments, and get your questions in as well. We will be having questions on screen a little bit later on. We've got a couple of segments coming up for you guys as well, including some five-a-side in a bit. Colin McMahon says, What do I think to Jose's reaction to Shaw's goal? I don't know if that's a case of he was buzzing off the fact Luke Shaw had scored or the fact that we'd scored. Because we needed that second goal. We really did need that second goal to really put us over it, man.
Yeah, well, I only watched like the... I got in at bank about 3 minutes to 12, so I saw like as soon as he put Sky on, it's like 30 minutes. At 12, I thought, oh, buzzing just in time. And it looked quite open.
Who we looked open?
Well, the game looked quite open. To a certain extent.
Well, see, Leicester have got quality throughout the team. Obviously, they've got a good defence. I think they'll improve when they take Wes Morgan out and put Johnny Evans in alongside Maguire.
Oh, shit, yeah, they signed Johnny Evans. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they signed Johnny Evans, but they signed another. I swear they signed that Turkish centre half and someone from. I
don't know if that got completed, the Turkish geezer.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Well, at one
they
point,
got 4 centre halves.
Thursday when I was doing my preview, it was like he's on his way to Leicester, but I haven't followed up on it to see.
Yeah, I'm sure it got completed because I swear they signed 2 on the last day.
They've got Ndidi in midfield, who I've got a lot of time for. There was talk that
Damari
he was going
Gray.
to sign Drinkwater back as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, well, he's not going to get a game now.
Right, we've got one in the question there. Let's have a look. You have to put it off studio mode. I can't read that. Who do you think will be our director of football from Dion Davis? Well, this obviously broke last night. Jamie Jackson going with this in The Guardian, talking about United taking on a director of football. Positive move in my eyes. Massive positive move. What do you think?
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be Ed Woodward.
And he goes, surprise!
Yeah.
I have no idea who it'll be. Trust me, as soon as I can, I'm going to be trying to get a word on who they're thinking of for it.
But then, you know, United obviously put out this communication to say like we didn't think the players add value, blah blah blah. So, are they going to have the same
you got to think
influence over the director of football?
You got to think is you hope that the director of football gets more of a say. You hope that he's brought in to be the guy that gets told, you've got X, go spend it. Whereas Jose goes, there's my list, get on me. So you got to hope that the director of football, he has to play both sides. He has to play the manager. He has to play the owners. So you hope that he gets the remit. So you hope that it's someone with a lot of experience. You hope that it's someone that people can trust. You hope that it's someone that can do what the guy at Juventus was doing and picking up good value signings. Because United, I don't know if it's Woodward's lack of experience. He phones up and they're like, he said Woodward, and they're like, book an holiday to Barbados, we're having it. Yeah. So I don't know if we're getting rinsed on that, and someone with experience would stop that and enable us to see some of these bargains that we go, because it seems like United won't take a risk on a player, on an up and comer, like someone that's not quite a top level player just yet.
But then it's like when you're going to integrate him into the team and give him that chance to grow.
But that's where a director of football works with a manager and goes, this is the plan. And I would prefer a director of football doing that than Ed Woodward, because Ed Woodward is not an experienced football guy.
I mean, it depends on how close. He's going to be someone who's on Woodward's side, as opposed to Jose.
But he's got to work with Jose. So he's got to work with Jose and go, we're not sending Fosu Mensah on loan. We're going to get rid of Damian. You're playing Fosu Mensah.
Well, I mean, they've said they're not selling Pogba, we're not selling Martial. So whether that, obviously, with Pogba's
whether
comments,
that materialises, I don't know.
Not for this season, anyway.
I still think Martial could go.
Oh, before the end, yeah. Well, yeah. He was paid the cash for him now. He's got the money to come and say, right, well, because they want
loads of people now at the moment.
What, 75, 80, 90 mil?
I think that's where we're going to go. I think if we got 50, we'd let him go.
Do you reckon? Nah, I don't.
I do.
What, just get the same money that we paid for him?
Well, we only paid 36.
Well, I suppose with the potential add-ons.
He's not kicked in any add-ons. He's not kicked in 25 league goals. He's not kicked in...
He's not scored 25 league goals yet?
He's not...
Fuck him off the shit, cunt.
Not done any of that stuff. Right then, so there was an announcement this week, and there was a signing this week, and we've got exclusive press conference footage of it. Let's have a look. Thank you everybody for coming. Obviously delighted to bring both of these pies to the club. I think pucker pies, chicken and mushroom, pucker pies, all steak. Fantastic signings, exactly what this club needed. We will be taking questions, so if anyone's got any questions, do you want to fire away?
Yeah, are you pleased with the purchases of the highly recommended pies?
Yeah, I'm definitely pleased with these purchases. These are good, solid pies, exactly what we was looking for at this time, I think.
Do you think the chicken and mushrooms there for rotation, or do you think it will start soon?
I think both of these are going to play their part over the course of the season. I don't think either was designed to be first choice. They're going to play together. The steak has got the times that it's going to be used, and the chicken and mushroom will come in handy as well.
Well, are these panic buys?
Absolutely not panic buys, no whatsoever. We've been tracking these for months. Finally, happy to get them over the line today.
You paid around £1.65 for the pies. Do you think it will live up to its price tag?
The price tag has got nothing to do with our decision. There was excellent value for money. And to be honest, if every pie cost this much, I think we'd buy more of them.
Do you think they'll be able to fit into your system?
These definitely would be able to fit into my system. Yeah, this isn't the first pie I've had. It won't be the last pie I've had, but it's definitely a pie that I'm having right now.
Are these going to perform well alongside gravy, or are they standalone players?
That's a very good question, actually. These pies will perform well on their own, but you can also include them in gravy in rotation with mashed potato or even beans, I would imagine.
Was the flavour that first attracted you to these pies?
The flavour did attract me to these pies, but it was everything about them. These are the complete package, these pies. The chicken and mushroom, obviously they have their own things. They've got the extra ingredient there with the mushroom, and the all steak, it just does exactly what it says on the tin. It's just all about the steak, and it brings it with a very high quality. Next question.
Do you think what you've got here is potential trophy winners?
These are absolutely trophy winning pies, yeah, there's no doubt about it. These are here to perform on the highest stage under the most intense pressure and heat, and they hold up with that entirely. These are pies that perform.
So, do you think that perhaps these pies could block the path for another homegrown pie coming through?
Listen, when there's superstar pies available on the market, you go and get them, and you make your team better. It's as simple as that. This is a results business, and these are the best pies on the market. All right, no more questions. Thank you. Let's see how these pies perform. I expect the very best from them. Thank you very much. Panic pies.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Hashtag ad. Well, there you go. Yeah, Pucker Pies have sponsored this episode, and we thought that was sometimes sponsorship comes in and it just works, doesn't it? And I mean, the show's called Meat Pie, Pucker Pies, and
they weren't meat pies. Well, they were a variety of meat, but not an actual meat pie.
I think they do a mince pie, and I think it's mince and it might be mince and onion or mince and potato.
Been eating meat, me again now.
Good lad, well done. But there was actually very nice pies. I was really pleasantly surprised. Good pies. Hashtag everything's pucker.
Fucking Jamie Oliver cunt.
Anyway, right. Let's see what you guys.
He'll be getting them banned next.
He will own it. I tell you what, Jamie Oliver has just got. He might as well be the fun police, mightn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's just against everything that people enjoy. Just how about you leave us alone and worry about why all of your restaurants are closing?
Yeah. Fucking prick.
I think he's closed like 26 or 30 something restaurants.
I don't know.
I tell you what, leave the turkey twizzlers, stop going after people's pies. Was it pizza? He had something about pizza as well. 2 for 1 pizza.
Yeah, 2 for 1 pizza.
Listen, Jamie Oliver, you are going to lose a lot of fans, especially us lot, with all that pizza. I forgot your keyring actually.
Oh yeah.
I got Ben a keyring.
Look how many keys I've got now. I feel like a janitor, me.
A janitor?
Yeah, you know, got all the keys in it.
Where are these for? Talk us through your keys.
Well, that was for my storage unit, for my padlock. That was for my mum's front door. That's for my old house front door. That's for my mother-in-law's front door. Well, I still own it. If I want to go in, I want to go in, innit? That's for my post box. That's for my porch door. That's for my patio door. And that's for my front door.
That you tune in for
fucking
content
rolling, mate.
Like this. Right, let's talk about the Scousers then, because they win 4-0 today. Did you see any of that?
Yeah, I said watch about now.
All right, okay. Did you listen to the commentary from Sky? It's almost as if Sky want Liverpool to be successful in it. They're so... You couldn't... MUTV is less biased than Sky.
Who do they have in the studio? Like, you know what I mean? They've got Graham Souness, your mate. Jamie Redknapp, he's a fucking... I won't say the word, actually, because it's not very PC.
It's hanging. Sky's coverage is hanging with the amount of Scouse bias that they've got. And I mean, yeah.
I'm not asked. To be fair, like, they do... Well, West Ham, like... You've got... Noble didn't really offer much. Jack Wilshere...
I feel like Anderson looked okay on the ball.
He tried to, didn't he? Arnautovic was isolated up top. So it's like... Obviously, Pellegrini's gone in there and he needs a bit of time to adapt it. But he's got like Declan Rice playing centre mid, deep line centre mid. I swear he's a centre half, isn't he?
They've got some really good options in certain areas and then none in other areas that are
That's
pretty
not-
key areas as well. And I just think,
Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple of mates at work
but
who.
they've put 4 past West Ham for like 3 or 4 consecutive matches. Now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
It's like when we had that little hoodoo over Wigan for a bit. We just beat them 4-0.
keep beating them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Liverpool, you look at. I hate to say it. Like you look at the bench now, it looks strong as well. They had a really strong
I
bench.
will hold my hands up. At the moment,
But they'll fucking falter anyway, so who cares?
they've got a decent starting 11 now. I still think they've got issues in that team, but like if you watch the way Liverpool play football, they're still knocking it around at centre half. Obviously, they scored 4 goals today, but they hold it slow.
It's the movement, isn't it? It's the sprint,
The
the
forward three are
pace.
what makes
Like,
that team. If United had a forward three like that, we'd be genuinely invincible.
for me, Firmino drops in as well, so he doesn't. That allows Salah to cut in and Mane to cut in, and obviously the runners from midfield as well. Which
If
they
they
do
don't
that well.
advance, what if they come 4th this year?
He's not going to get sacked, is he?
Do you not think?
No, because he's on the touchline wanking himself off. So everyone's like, "Yeah, passion, mate, passion and teeth."
Alexander Gerrard in the comments says, "Who will be top scorer, assistant, and PFA Player of the Year?"
That's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Well,
It is a
Aguero scored 20 plus goals the last 4 seasons.
hell of a player.
Salah, I've not
Yeah,
put
Van
him in.
Dijk's the best in the world. Isn't
Yeah, that's according to Jamie Redknapp, dickhead. No wonder he misses left here. The Harry Kane's probably not going to be. Harry Kane's probably going to be leading goal scorer, isn't he? Because he's not going to win fuck all else.
he loves picking up those. I scored the most awards. Doesn't
Yeah, he's got them all on his mantelpiece, hasn't he? With his daughter's middle name's Jane. So like I can't remember. I think it's Vivian Jane Kane. So you know,
he? Oh. Anyway,
bit of a fact.
right, we've got another question. West Ham are poor, but not as bad as the Lions, but not flagging for the offside.
Yeah, they was
on
well
Mane's
onside.
goal. Should we bring VAR to the Prem?
Yeah.
Only if it benefits United. How's that for the truth? It actually got better in the second half of the World Cup, didn't it? In the first half of the World Cup, it was mind-boggling.
Yeah, because
how
everyone's
annoying it
getting
was.
used to it, weren't they?
Yeah, but like, yeah.
It's still
yeah.
there's still human error, like in the World Cup final,
Yeah.
because that weren't a penalty.
I think it was.
I don't think it was.
I think it was.
I don't think it was.
I think it was.
Fair enough. But yeah, I think it gives a bit more clarity. You'll stop people holding in the box. Basically, everyone wants to see more goals, don't they? That's it. Don't want to be seeing 0-0s, 1-0s. You want to see like.
Can we start booking people for the knobbing around at corners? That would
What,
see more
holding and
goals.
stuff?
Yeah. Just
What
start.
do you need to start
Was it start
giving.
last season or the season before? Where they started off penalty.
Yeah.
United didn't get one, but City got quite a few, I think, for holding on Sterling and stuff. Can we not get one of those? Like, because that I think people could get behind.
Well, that's what happened in the World Cup, didn't it? And it was like what 29 penalties, I think they mentioned before in 64
I mean,
games.
some of it's ridiculous. I mean, the stuff Harry Kane was getting done with as well. Like, he was proper rugby tackle stuff.
Yeah. There was
Like, I
one.
would like
There
to
was
see
one
that.
today where I can't remember what game it was. Was it the Arsenal game? I
When?
can't remember. There was a corner come in and like one of them had hold of him. I
It's-
think, and he's like, if they had VAR, I would have given a penalty there because of the holding. But
That's the thing now, is that some competitions are going to have VAR and some competitions aren't going to have VAR, and that's going to cause a right load of drama for people.
Yeah.
I think. So many dodgy penalties over the weekend, says Bad Brad. It's the game, innit? I mean, I don't think you're ever going to get it bang on. All right, we've got another question. Let's have a look. Will Klopp get sacked if he flops empty-handed again this year? Well,
no,
no, I don't think he will, but there should be a lot of pressure on him now after what he spent again this summer.
yeah, but Liverpool fans are the masters of net spend now, aren't they?
They love a net spend. They love an alternative Premier League table. They love that
A 1 minute
unluckiest.
silence.
Who says what luck is? How do you measure luck?
Oh yeah, but that's what he's saying. He goes, I've seen this the other day that if you're taking out, the luckiest things, blah blah blah, then Liverpool would have finished second,
Yeah,
and City would have still like walked away with it. And it's like, yeah, but
but where's the luck?
Well,
How do you know that someone didn't trip on the way to something that you never know? Butterfly effect, innit? They do me bleeding head in. Who's going to be United's best player of the year?
whew. Pogba if he stays.
Looking forward to Lukaku getting back to shape.
Yeah.
Should have put that away on Friday night.
Yeah.
That was annoying.
I'll let him off. He'd be a bit rusty. Great save though.
Was it? Well, I've only seen it live, so I haven't seen if he could have done it. If he could have done better with it.
I don't know. Yes. Sanchez. Well, Sanchez to me, he did not look so sharp as he would have done pre-season.
No, which is weird, isn't it? Because he's had the best pre-season, and he was very wasteful in possession. I've got another question.
He's always wasteful in possession, I think.
Yeah, I know, but he was particularly off the boil. I think that whole front three needs to improve for us to do better. So I'm very happy with the midfield. Let's have a look at the next question. What is your expectation of Marcus Rashford in terms of output? Is 15 goals fair? How often is he playing?
Across all competitions.
How often is he playing? I mean, 15 goals is a good shout for your backup striker / left winger. So I think that'd be not a bad return. Jesse Lingard got 13 last season.
Yeah.
I think he's got to aim for that kind of territory. I think
we need to score more goals.
Across the board.
Yeah, like not just relying on. I mean, Lukaku will probably get 30 plus this season, won't he? Again, you'd expect Pogba to get 10 to 15. I would think so. Same with Lingard. You get Rashford doing the same. If you get Sanchez hitting 15, you've also got Mata chipping in. You probably get 5.
Yes, you in the comments here says Fred looks average. Just say I didn't watch the game, mate. So you can just say that if you want. Fred does not look average. I think Fred looks very good, and I'd be very down for watching him start for the rest of the season. I think it's going to be Pereira that misses out, which is sad. But as I said earlier, he's got a whole month.
Well, as long as he keeps Fellaini out, as long as he's like the option after Fellaini. But I can't remember where I've seen it, but there's someone saying like, well, if we start Pereira against teams like Leicester or Burnley at home or Southampton, rather than Matic because he can slow the game down, and have Matic there as your absolute go-to calmness in the centre midfield. Yeah. But Pereira's obviously shifted from being more creative to the deep line role.
He's done well there. I hope Carrick can put an arm around him and say here's what you should be doing. But I was really impressed with Fred's energy. I thought that whole midfield three was constantly looking to put the ball forward. And I think that's a real big thing.
Well, yeah, that's great. And also, we've got a centre-half who can pass the ball.
That helps. I think there's issues in his game still that he's got to iron out, but I would rather us go with something along those lines. Let's have a look at the next question, please. Do you think Pogba wants to be at United? His body language suggests otherwise to me, says Andy. What do you think?
Well, I didn't really see a lot. I mean, he didn't celebrate after the goal, did he?
No. Look, I know that there's things at play with Paul Pogba, and when I was saying he's 80% chance of him leaving, it's because it comes from him. You know what I mean? Raiola is working for him. Raiola's not just like, I'm going to start shipping him around Europe, and Pogba's like, whoa, what are you doing? You know, he works for him. He's aware of this. Well, he's probably driving it to a certain extent.
The personality that he's got, he'd want to be in somewhere where he's having fun all the time. Like, he's not got to have to think so much there. Like, yeah, if he was playing in Fergie's team where we'll go out and score more than you or whatever, or if he's playing under Klopp, winning fuck all, would he be happy then?
Yeah, I think keeping hold of Pogba is massive. I do worry that United might. Cash in on him. That's my worry, and I don't think you're out of the woods until the Spanish window closes.
I can't see him cashing in on him now. I really can't.
No, I might. To be honest, I might. I'm not certain he won't. Put it that way. I think it's less likely than 80% now.
I can't see that.
A hell of a lot less likely, but I still think there's a chance of it. So we played five-a-side last week. We did have a crossbar challenge, but the guy that was filming it, Callum, decided not to record the second round of everyone having a dig at it. What a dick. And the GoPro, because we was filming it 2 cameras, the GoPro we put on the back wall had slipped down every time someone hit the back wall. So it's basically filming about this much of the pitch. And you can't actually see it at the crossbar. So we're going to have to go and reshoot that. But thanks to the lads that came down and played us. We played against some subscribers. You're going to see, hands down, the second worst football you'll see this week apart from Arsenal. Check it out.
Is it 5 each? Oh, Oh, it's a great turn.
Like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Callum, lad. Finish. Yo, Callum, do you want to get on this in a bit? Because he's asking me to zoom in.
Yeah, hot time.
Alright, sweet. I don't know how to zoom. I reckon this will do. What do you think of this first half performance?
We're losing, so it's not great, but you know.
You've bagged the cup. Go on, go get the ball. Got one of the lads here on the opposition. What do you think of the performance? You're up now.
I'm not.
Have you scored any?
No, man.
Just gonna do a quick video. So here's one of our subs. What's your name?
Mitchell.
Mitchell. So nice one for coming out.
No worries.
What do you think of your performance in the first
Oh, I've
half?
not played football in about 2 years. Cardio's very much on the low down right now. But you know, as a poacher, you don't really need pace, do you?
Don't kick it that fucking hard, Jesus Christ.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Quick chat with Cam. What do you think of Callum's performance? I reckon man of the match, eh? Eh?
2 goals, thank you.
I think I'm training my
Couple of nutmegs in there,
7-year-old brother here.
Oh, brilliant stuff.
Rather than that, at least he scored.
Oh, he's nearly got another one there.
You watching?
Go on, hit it from here. Oh, what's that? We've got the scheme in here from, sorry about the awful camera work. Got the scheme in here.
Yeah.
2 goals in the first half.
Yeah,
I
2
reckon
goals.
man of the match performance.
Coming off now so I can carry on filming, so Abdul can get on.
Yeah, I don't know how to film, guys.
I've done my
but
work.
I'm doing my best.
Done my work.
Yeah, that was us playing 5-a-side. Told you it was gash.
I'm glad I was working, me. Fucking hell.
Let us know anyway, because I think that was probably a bit of a long edit, Callum. He just wanted to show montages of him scoring 2 goals because it's his best achievement
Touching
since being born.
Crest on his chest.
Loves it, doesn't he? Someone asked why the blue uniforms, or kit as they're normally known in England. We're called Studio 68. We're called Studio 68 because of the anniversary of the European Cup final win, like the scarf in the corner. So our kit is all blue, like United wore on that night, and our badge is very similar to that as well. So that's why we're playing all blue. But we are absolutely garbage, and we make no bones of that. But we're going to be playing regular five-a-side stuff at the pits.
Might look a little bit better moving forward.
It might look a little bit better, not massively, I wouldn't have thought. But let us know what sort of content you want. We're probably going to have to reshoot the crossbar challenge. We'll do football challenges and stuff like that, and we'll just bang them in this video and see if you guys enjoy it and all the rest of that.
Should do a skills challenge like they do on Soccer AM when they go to the academies.
Well, yeah, they're going to be terrible, aren't they? But that's the idea. This is real people playing football, not polished, not trying to pretend or anything like that. We're garbage, and we know it. Right, let's have a look. We've got another question. Do you think United have strength in depth? In certain areas, yeah. I mean, if you look at the forward lineup, I mean, if Anthony Martial stays, you've got backup for Lukaku there. You can switch to a false nine if you play Sanchez or Mata, potentially. Marcus Rashford can come in. Fellaini might be able to come in. Number 10 position, we've got loads. There's players who can play on the right-hand side. You could put Marcus there, you can put Jesse there, you can put Mata there. Chong, I think.
Yeah, right wing's probably like the place where we've got least of.
Yeah. Left wing, obviously, we've got tons. Centre mid, I think we've got some good options there with Pereira, with Fred, with Herrera, Fellaini, Scott McTominay, Pogba. I think we're all right there. We've got loads of options at centre half. I think we're a little weak at fullback, hence why everyone really wanted one. We've got like 4 amazing goalkeepers, really. Lee Grant as a fourth choice goalkeeper is unbelievable.
Third
for that
choice,
level.
isn't he, really?
Well, I think he's fourth because obviously Pereira. I think he's ahead of him, and I think that's the why he came in. So Pereira could go on loan.
Definitely.
You've got Romero, so I think he's fourth choice. So I think we've got an unbelievable lineup there. Do I think Pogba and Raiola could be trying to get a new contract? I don't think so. When is Dalot able to play? We need energy down the right. Dalot played most of his football on the left, even though he is left or right-footed, predominantly right-footed. I think he can probably come and do a job at us at fullback on the right-hand side. But you've got to remember, this is a very inexperienced player, and most of the footage you've seen of him, apart from that good game he had for Porto against Liverpool, he's playing under 21s or second division in Portugal.
Well, when they signed him, I think they said they're like one of the most promising players in under 20 players, isn't he, in Europe? So,
You got another question? If Andreas gets dropped, who would you prefer on the wing? Mata or Andreas? I would like to see Andreas given an opportunity, but I don't want to mess him up by playing him in too many different positions.
Yeah, I think if he needs to nail down a regular starting spot first, doesn't he, before he starts then being able to fit in elsewhere.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, he's going to be a jack of all trades, isn't he?
Pereira's already gone. I'm assuming, yeah, obviously we're talking about different Pereiras there. Yeah, Joel Pereira's gone on loan already. Curtis, who would you want as manager heading into Christmas once Jose has his meltdown? Jose's about as likely to win the title as he is have a meltdown. So how about relax, my friend? Another right footer on the left, no thanks. This is the game.
Yeah,
but he actually can cross with his left. He's just predominantly right-footed. Another Valencia will be the main right back this season. Yeah, I agree, he will be. But you have to start thinking about what can come after him. And I think Jose is fighting with his hand tied behind his back at the moment, financially.
Yeah, he is. But at the same time, you'd expect him to get more out of what he's got, wouldn't you?
Pep's has due a meltdown in his third season, as Jose is. Let's not forget that. Although he's been pretty successful in his third seasons, he does like a walkout.
Yeah, pressure's on him to see if never retain the Prem of this, so difficulties in that, or they're going to go.
He's got to be chasing the Champions League. He's got to be looking at retaining.
I mean, their squad is like
it's phenomenal,
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Ridiculous.
I think whoever finishes above City wins the league. I know it's a cliche, but I think that's the case. City are champions elect.
I'd rather them win it than Liverpool, though.
The worst case scenario is that the Scousers get the name on that, and then City get the name on the European Cup. That's gross. I'm going all different. I'm going Thailand, and I'm going to farm sugarcane, and I'm going to change my name to Juan, and you're not going to hear off me. How about that? You got another question? In 2005, everyone thought Fergie had lost it. He only bought Carrick. Carrick was 2006, but yeah. Sold Rude after Chelsea had won back-to-back titles. Never right off United. Yes. I mean, that was an underwhelming that was an underwhelming summer after what looked like invincibility from Mourinho, and obviously it didn't go to plan that year for them. But I don't think that this United team represents that United team very well. We'd had
Unless-
18 months of Patrice Evra and Vidic. We had Rio Ferdinand. We still had Gary Neville playing very well, a very high level at right back. We had Keane had just
Wes
gone.
Brown.
Midfield was dodged.
Van der Sar.
You still had
Was Van der Sar
Scholes.
goalkeeper? Was it still Tim Howard then?
When did we sign Van der Sar? I think we signed Van der Sar in the summer before. I think 2006. So I think the midfield it was like Alan Smith. Scholes was still there, but I think he was having his eye problems at the time. You had Jemba, Kleberson. So it was a little bit of a mixed bag at United, wasn't it? Like Kieran Richardson was getting games inexplicably. Giggs was a bit iffy at the time. So
I think it depends how they look at it, don't it? If they barricade themselves in and think, right, well, let's prove to people. But we do need to be more positive. I think that's
as a fan base or as a team.
Well, no, as a team, it's so fucking dull.
Well, I think
at times last year.
I have no idea what Abdul and Cam are doing.
Just touching each other in the corner.
Why is he dribbling? While you're all here, those who are still here, those who left clearly didn't like the five-a-side stuff. We hired a load of interns at the end of the season, just before the World Cup. Most of them have been kept around. He's on thin ice, to be honest. But most of them have been kept around because they've been very good at what they do. We're looking now for another round of interns. It's paid internship, or eventually is a paid internship. So we're looking for a couple of social media guys, a community manager. So if you're into that kind of thing, you're at university studying marketing, there's probably a social media degree, I'm sure, at the moment, isn't there? If you study anything like that, get in touch with us. I put the email address on Twitter the other day, studio68mcr@gmail.com. I'll get Cameron to throw a link to that in the description for us, so you can come and join us. Send us over a covering letter and a CV. Let us know what you're doing and what you're doing at university. We'll come and have an interview, and you could end up doing a little bit of work in here for me and Dave. So that's if you'd like to do, if you've got to live in Manchester, because that's the first question everybody seems to ask us. Can I do it from Antarctica? No, you've got to do it from here. It is a location-based thing. Obviously, you can do social media remote, but we want to see you in here. But if you'd be interested in that, let us know. And yeah, let's have a look at the comments. Ryan Hall says Football Manager 2019 series. Possibly not. They're really long. I'm having a good game at the moment, though. You know what you can do? Create a club. On the new one, you can do create a club, and you choose a team to take over, and it'll get rid of their entire playing staff and give you the budget of whatever they was worth. So you can then just go and choose players to bring them in. So if you choose Leyton Orient in the conference, they've got a squad value of about 2 million. So you can go and sign up all of the wonder kids. You can get Angel Gomez for about 200 grand. So I got Ryan Brewster.
It's not realistic, that is it?
Yeah, but you've got a team full of 60-year-olds in a conference.
But they're not going to sign for you.
It doesn't matter. It's a new thing. It's a little. So the challenge is the first challenge is keeping hold of them, because a lot of them don't last out the season. So I had Chong, Gomez, Ryan Brewster, and they all end up at Stoke, Bournemouth, and stuff like that, because they've all got a minimum fee release of about $1 million.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They wouldn't sign for you in the first place, would they? They'd go with it.
Why got me so negative, man?
I like the premise of it, but don't fucking being able to sign wonder kids.
Yeah, but the same rule is
why don't you just go and sign Adam Rooney?
You can go United.
I wonder how much he's on, actually.
At Salford.
Yeah.
A lot, I would have thought.
Yeah.
I think they was paying a lot anyway. I think they're paying League One wage.
Well, he would have been on. It would have been the highest player at Aberdeen. I think their right back gets about $7 grand a week.
Dom's in the comments and said, I was from Wigan. You should have rejected me. Dom's good though. Dom makes us look pretty. Although he does manage to get the train. Did you know they had trains in Wigan?
I know they've got pies.
They've definitely got pies in Wigan. Joe says, I would rather play sexy football and lose 4-3 than play shite part of the bus football and win 1-0. No, you wouldn't. How about that? No, you wouldn't.
Want to get relegated?
Yeah, but no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. I absolutely refuse to believe that that's the case. You just simply would not. Do I think Ronaldo will have the same kind of season at Juve? And if he does, will that make him the undebatable best ever?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
That's why he's gone there.
Do you not think it's something to do with tax? I think it's probably a lot to do with that as well, to be honest.
Nah, because he won't be asked about the dough. He's worth fucking
Yeah, but
ridiculous
he's also
amounts.
just been fined.
He has, yeah, and got a lot of suspended sentences and stuff in Spain, but whatever.
So there's
mate.
something to do with the tax in Italy. His external income stuff, so all of his sponsorship and everything like that, he don't pay tax on. He only pays tax on his wage, which will be all image righted up to death anyway, won't it? So I think that's had at least a part to play in it. It's probably not.
Well, he's probably, if you look at the whole like factors, maybe, but I think he's more. He'd be more determined to be like people say, right, he's going to win Serie A, but then if he wins the Champions League, we're going to say, well, hang on a minute.
That's unbelievable.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you're going to say, well, he can turn around and say, what can Messi say then? Can't say fuck all, can he?
Can't reach nothing off the top.
And I think he'll go for 1,000 goals, me.
What's he on now? Is he on 700?
Probably on about 700, hasn't he?
Well, he's done 4 some at Madrid, hasn't he? And he'd done over 100 at United.
Well, fuck knows. Someone check it.
I reckon he's close to 700 career goals.
Yeah, I think he's.
I mean, Wikipedia's right there. I don't know why you're trying to find another page. Click the link.
You say you
Scroll all the way down to the bottom. That's league goals only. Keep going.
Keep going.
No, can you believe that? That's right, scroll up. Not literally all the way at the bottom. Oh my god, all the references are involved in this page.
Yeah.
Keep
That's
going.
his international.
A little bit more.
There you go.
573 and 763.
Yeah, he's going for 1,000, I reckon.
Go down a little bit, because I reckon he's on 50 plus international.
No, he's on 85.
Wow. All right, so go up again. 85 plus 573. He's on
658.
So another 300 goals. That's 7 years of scoring 50 a season.
Which he can do.
All right, where's he going to go play to get that?
No, was it Italy? Don't forget, he'll still be playing at Portugal as well. Look, I reckon he'll go for 1,000 goals, me.
I think he ends up like Al Ali.
Pele's got made up 1,200, hasn't he?
Pele includes friendlies as well. Which
yeah, for New York Cosmos and all that.
Maybe he ends up in MLS.
If he goes for 1,000, yeah, of course, 1,000 goals. 1,000 goals, 3 different teams with Champions Leagues, win the league in 3 different countries. What can you say there? That's a legacy, that.
And he don't skip leg day?
No, it doesn't.
Or
arm day either. Fucking hell, he's got some guns on him.
What benefits could we have employing a director of football? Going to be doing a video on that later this week, tomorrow or Wednesday, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Winning is winning at this point. Beggars can't be choosers. You ain't won the league for like 5 years, and United fans are still saying, I don't want to win the league ugly. It's not that simple. Of course it's not. If United win, think of the celebration of United. This is the longest United have got in my match-going lifetime, because obviously we didn't win it until 93. So it was technically 10 years before I'd seen us win it. Obviously same with you, but from match-going in 1990, this is the longest I've gone as a supporter without seeing United win the league. And I'm not losing my mind.
It's gone pretty quick, to be fair.
It has. This season is the 20th anniversary of the treble.
Fuck off. Yeah, fuck off.
And I've known you pretty much all that time. That's a long time. Oh my god.
It is. Well, was it us? Was it United saying about that?
Sorry, that's a good point. James Woodhouse, Pele counts the goals in that film. So what are you saying?
I was saying, I'm sure I saw just like a headline of United like improving facilities, expanding facilities.
Yes, so they've obviously got a ton of land around Carrington that they can it's just farmland around there, and no one's doing anything on them. I'm sure the farmers are just going any day now. Any day now. They have a CPO. United are gonna, I think they'll probably build in the middle, because they've already sort of started work. For those who've been to Carrington, you've got the security guard gate in the middle of the road, and then the car park just beyond it where that glass thing is with Manchester United written across it. They've sort of started directly opposite that. Got like a little bit of a dirt car park. I think you might see a proper car park put there, and then build on the land in the middle where the current car park
so they're just doing that at the training ground then?
Yes, so I think they'll add to the training ground a little bit. and they've obviously the women's team, they want to expand it because they've got obviously a new squad that needs to be developed full time in there. Those need coaches, they need physios, they need analytical staff. So.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting they got a women's team now.
Will
Where
luck
do they
play a
play?
factor for Liverpool this year? Lee? I can't believe we're still doing that, man. If the one thing that I wish the Glazers had put their hand in more than anything else, because what does it cost you? It costs you one average fullback.
One thing more than anything else?
Yeah, an academy stadium.
Really? One thing more than anything else
Well, what
that
else?
the Glazers do? Fucking get rid of the debt.
All right, that's 500-600 million to do that, though.
Yeah, but one thing more than anything else. Come on.
All right, one realistic thing that they could, like, you
Maybe.
could.
Well, they could die.
The thing is, you could get in a single sponsor that would pay for this now.
Yeah.
No one would. If you rename Old Trafford, the people are going to see their ass. But if you get someone, like if you say it's the Chevrolet Arena, Chevrolet are going to pay us an extra 50 million and we can build an academy stadium. Who's having a problem with that? Nobody. Because Lee is the most awkward place to get to on transport, like for people on a match day. So you have to drive to get out there. That's a ball ache. We've got another question here from Pat Mouse. Let's see what the question is. Do you think Chelsea are a threat?
Well, it says you, Howson,
Okay,
not me.
well, I'm looking at you.
All right. Again, I think it's too early to tell. You need to give them time to adapt to the new style. They're still playing Morata up front, so they're going to fuck it up somewhere.
I think if Chelsea can start playing the football like we saw at Napoli, absolutely could be a threat. But I would be, if you're a Chelsea fan that's thinking that's how you're going to play, not inside 6 months, you're not.
No.
They turn over managers so much that you're going to have so much legacy of other people's ideas in there that you've just got to be a bit patient, which is a dirty word and an unrealistic word in football nowadays, isn't it? Patience. But I still think United need patience.
They need to get in the top four, don't they?
Yep. Someone big's missing out, whether that's Spurs, whether that's us. I would be shocked if it's Liverpool, but you will not hear me stop laughing all summer if it is. Or it could be City, but I think that's even more unlikely than Liverpool. No. I think they're going to win the league.
Liverpool, I'll say.
City. Liverpool fan in the comments saying Man United biggest club, not for long. Okay.
What are you on?
Jose is a better manager than Klopp. Well, he's not beat him since they've both been at respective clubs, is it? Rename Old Trafford, you're mad. Well, yeah, I was saying no one's going to enjoy that at all. Will Mourinho hit the January transfer window hard as well? I think he's got to sell, which is why I'm still not sure Pogba won't go. I'm still not sure he won't. I'm still not sure.
Martial I think if you
get 200 million for the two of them.
Yeah, but then he doesn't like the January transfer window. He's already said it. So I can't see him selling Pogba just to have the money to sit there for the summer to come round. When he doesn't get his way in anyway.
Well, this is where if a director of football comes in within the next couple of months, the first thing he says is, "Can we get X and Y in January?" And if he's like yes or no, then Barcelona have bought big in the January transfer in the past. That could happen.
No, is that right? Bakayoko gone on loan to Milan.
I'm a United fan, and there's no way. And what was the other pathetic thing this idiot says? Oh, this is the guy that said he'd rather lose. Yeah, and he's saying no way is Jose better than Klopp. I mean, only their records could say otherwise, I guess. Why do Liverpool think they're awesome? Did we not smash West Ham last season? Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Right, I think we're going to wrap it up there, but thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. We're going to be doing the meat pie every Sunday. We did it like every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday during the World Cup. We're going to be doing it every Sunday. Make sure to tag hashtag meat pie pint, as it says right there, with any of the chaos that you see. The best of social media around the football, people losing their mind, daft things that we see. There's been no Div Bingo. I think it was because of the saturation of televised football games during the World Cup. We got tons of it, didn't we? I haven't had a single Div Bingo. So if you see any Div Bingo, shout it out and we'll go through it. But thank you guys for watching. Like I said, subscribe. If you're interested in becoming an intern at Studio 68, let us know. And also let us know in the comments if you'd like to see more five-a-side content, because we're going to be doing it pretty regular as a social thing. So if you'd like to see us film it, let us know. Thank you guys for watching. For me, for our kid. See you in the next one.
Laters.